series of talks gives you a little bit more information about astrology beyond our sun signs. So the question that we have today is, when you look at a birth chart, you'll notice that there's a whole mass of lines right in the middle of the chart. And for most people, they go like, whoa, it's like it's all different colors. Do the colors mean anything? Some of the lines are dotted lines, some of them are solid lines. Do they mean anything? So those lines are known as aspect lines. And each of those lines tells me what works in your chart and what works a little lot less smoothly in that sense. So in general, the blue lines are when energy flows smoothly, and the red lines are when you get a bit of tension, you're not quite okay with yourself, there's something, I want to do this, but I want to do this too, and then you sort of have a fight with yourself internally. So you'll find that most novice astrologers, if you are new to astrology, they're really scared of the squares. They're very scared of the oppositions. And people go like, I really hate this opposition, it screws up my life. And actually, if you go and see an astrologer in a consultation, you'll actually find most astrologers focus on the squares and the oppositions, not because astrologers are terrible people who just want to tell you what doesn't work in your life, but you realize that, and this is entirely from my experience, is that the trines are so popular because people want easy. And when I explain to people what the differences are, some people ask me, are there charts? Have you ever seen a chart where there were no red lines, that life is easy for them? And I'll tell you, I've seen so many charts that do have something like that. So I have seen charts where there are barely any red lines at all. But you see, the issue here is when there is no tension in your life, there is no motivation to have anything improve at all in your life. I'll say that if you look at some of the most accomplished, successful people in the history of men, if you go and look at their birth charts, they've got plenty of red lines. And it is because they've gone and overcome those red lines that make them very illustrious. Like Einstein could never have created all his theories of relativity and all the various inventions that he had done if he didn't feel like there was this I can't take it that I haven't quite got the answer here. I'll sit here for hours and months and years just to work it out. And people who write books, for example, now that's a tension that they've got to get out of their system. J.K. Rowling could not have sat down and written 10 or more than 10 books now, constructed a whole universe in her mind, had it not been for any of those tensions. Now, a chart for a person with no red lines is going to mean that you're probably going to veg out in front of your TV every day and not see anything wrong with that. It's like, why should I? I haven't got anything I want to work out. So you'll find that how I use the lines and all these tensions and easy energies in consultation is that the red lines help people to find their purpose in life, something that could be a great use of your time, your resources, and your effort. And if you worked on those, you could make a great contribution in your life. Now, the blue lines makes things a little bit easier for you. Like if you had to write a book, for example, it really helps that your chart says, you've got a way with languages, or you pick up languages really quickly, or you're just one of those people who can type really quickly. So that's a blue line that works in your favor. But what makes your book really awesome is not that you type quickly, but it's that you've got this really good idea that it took you years to work out in your head, and that you were happy to share it with people, and that's what makes your book really great. Right, so if you'd like to find out more about all those lines on your chart, you can check out our chart generator. So you can just click over there, put in your birth information, and you'll see more information about your chart. But some of you who are watching the video might actually have been trying to learn astrology on your own for years. And I know it because I spent years trying to learn astrology on my own from the internet. And I can tell you, aspects is one of the most difficult things to learn online because barely anybody can give you a good explanation of what those lines really mean. So, and it's one of the favorite portions of my course where my students say, oh my god, like finally I'm figuring out what's the difference between a square and an opposition. They're not the same thing. And how does a trine actually cause problems? And how can we use a square in a more constructive way, because people just end up moaning about it, right? So if you are interested in getting an education in astrology, then what you can do is check out our link at the bottom of this chart. Click on Basic Astrology course. It's a 4.5-day course where you get to pick up a little bit more information about how you put those interpretations together and how are we going to use it in a constructive manner. So do check that out, and I will see you in class. The second return is like a coming of age. sometimes it is said that there are astrologers who do not treat you as an adult until you've had a certain return.
Do like our Instagram and Facebook page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like these. Do post your comments if you'd like me to answer any questions about astrology, and I'll address them in my upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching.